Well. Welcome to summertime in New England in the end of October. Go figure. Louis, I was driving the Blue Lady down here on 93. I had the sunroof open. I had the Elvis station on. Oh, I didn't want to stop. I just kept on. I just wanted to keep on going.
So I put this heavy flannel shirt on this morning, and I checked the weather, and it's going to be 78. I'm going, what the hell am I doing? But I didn't have time to change it. So
there you go.
We're going to have to deal with it.
Good morning, everybody. Right now in the studio with us, will you put that phone away before I grab it?
I'm just getting the word out to people that want to hear this show, Mike.
Nice.
One text message, you're going to have
he knows how to reach
50 more people listening within 30 seconds.
Nice.
I want them to hear about Peter's business.
Peter Carbone. Peter Carbone is on with us from Haverhill Beef.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
Hey, my pleasure. Peter, like I said to you before the show started, is there anything that our listeners should be aware of that's going to be in short supply? We're coming into the major holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Yeah, no, it almost seems like every year we always get scared that there's not going to be enough turkeys to go around. This is the first year that there is none of that, going on. There's plenty of turkeys. Prices are actually lower this year than the last few years. Prices
It's not true.
It is with turkeys. It is a lot of stuff has come down right now, but it'll shoot back up before Christmas. One of the big issues with the state of Massachusetts, I don't know how much you're aware of this, Mike, is the Q3 certification for pork. Now, what Massachusetts and one other state, that being California, has made it very difficult for pork suppliers to deliver to our state.
I know a little bit of the problem that's going on. I don't know much, but I am somewhat aware of it.
And there's a lot of people from RAM, which is Retailers Association of Massachusetts, that's really fighting this at the state level to get them to lift these restrictions and these. A lot of it has to do with how hogs are raised, what's the square foot of the pen that they're kept in.
Okay.
If it's a processed product, what's the they might have raised the minimum temperature of which bacon has to be cured at or something. So if you're 1 degree off, you're not allowed to sell that bacon in Massachusetts.
So prices aren't high enough. They're putting more restrictions, which will force the price up because you can't have as much product in a pen.
All pork products have jumped $1 to $2. But
really?
Oh yeah.
Wow. So much for the other meat.
No, and another thing, the major effect it's had is a lot of the Chinese or Asian communities that use a lot of pork. It's restricted their business. They're closing more days a week now. They're driving to New Hampshire to pick up their product and bring it back to Mass because they can't get it delivered to them in Mass. It's
crazy.
It's a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. Mike Sullivan, my son.
Father Mikey, great to see you again.
How about a nice thick Delmonico, about an inch and a quarter to an inch and a half? You ever hear of Chairman Reserve beef?
Oh my God! Of course.
Okay, you have.
Yeah.
I forget you're kind of upper. Yeah. You know what's going on.
Well, Peter, I knew of your company when John Guerin was there back, the former mayor of Haverhill.
I still have customers that ask about him.
Johnny's a good man. And
I
haven't seen him in a while, but he served, I think, for a couple of terms in Haverhill.
Yeah,
as mayor, and I was in Lawrence. We overlapped for a couple of years. He was a real fun guy, and you guys have done a great job.
He was my right wing for a couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Played hockey together. Yeah,
sure.
Joe Terrazzano had Haverhill Beef before Peter, and Joe has always been a very dear friend of mine. He trained under me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we were both Demoulas alumni. Now Market Basket.
Yeah.
And Joe put a lot of effort into making that a success. And now what's going on in the city of Haverhill, thanks to the fantastic mayor they've had for the last 20 years, there's a lot of good improvement going on around in that section of town. Right, Peter?
Yeah, and we have another huge project getting ready to start between us and the Pentucket. They're tearing down the Pentucket Bank.
Oh,
So
okay. I didn't know
basically
that.
from me to the corner, to the intersection where 125 and Merrimack meet, there's going to be another 370 market rate apartments going up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nothing better than walk-in trade, baby.
It's going to be, it's really a huge project. It's kind of like finishing up this end of downtown or this part of Merrimack Street.
Yeah.
The parking deck's getting torn down. They have a lot of plans for market rate apartments, for retail area.
Sal Napoli,
He
got
the contract. Yes.
Yeah.
one of your Goombas.
Yeah, he's done well for himself the
You think
last
so?
20 years,
Why
I
would-
would say, Peter.
why
Right?
do you
Come
think-
Yeah, he sure has.
Is there going to be a football field on a roof somewhere?
There you
downtown?
go.
No, but you know what? I bank at where that is. I bank right there. And is the roof done? Is the stadium on the roof?
Yeah, the stadium here, I can answer that. I was there at the grand opening, but they're actually
How come I didn't get an invite?
well,
I have one today, though. I have one. I don't think you do.
we can get you up there, Mike.
I have one today. I don't think you do.
For what? What's the invite?
The grand opening of the Artisan Hotel at Tuscan Village.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there.
Okay.
You're not. Remember that.
Peter, he's got that field is fully open, and he's a couple of the Pop Warner teams. I think a couple of colleges are using that for practice.
wow.
He's got
Really?
soccer going. It's busy right now, and I think his plan is on that top floor.
Wow.
He's going to be opening up a restaurant and maybe like a sports bar as well,
Wow.
up on the top floor before you get onto the field. But it's quite impressive when you're
Excellent.
standing there and you're looking at the wood mill,
Yeah.
the air mill clock behind one of the goal posts,
Yeah.
and you're about 6 floors up, and he's got some nice big nets around it, because you're thinking, am I on the roof here? And
That's good.
it's pretty impressive, and
Yeah.
it's done a great job, and Sal's done a great job, and like you have, Peter, in your great city that has a great nightlife. I think because people feel safe walking up
No
and
question.
down the street.
Yeah.
My kids are there quite a bit, and your business has been there a long time, Peter. So
Yeah, Haverhill's come a long way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Long way.
Peter, the big turkeys are always a problem come Thanksgiving. The 28th to 30s. You're going to have enough of those?
I do. I typically have 3 customers in particular that just say, get me the biggest turkey you can get. And inevitably somebody will get like a 36 pounder, a 35 pounder.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they're huge. I'm like, I sometimes I'm like, how do you fit it into the oven?
Yeah.
The things they're massive, but
You
no,
take the
we've got
take the pan that it's in and you cut the handles off. That's how you do
yeah.
it.
No, but we've got all fresh, all natural turkeys this year. A lot of people have already started putting orders in advance. They're all steroid free, hormone free, USDA grade A.
Oh, wow.
That's what we carry. That's what we always carry. You know me, Mike, we don't carry anything frozen or anything cheap.
You specialize. You specialize in
We
quality.
try to buy, the best quality that we can buy and be somewhat affordable. So turkeys this year, we're going to probably be right around $4 a pound, which I think is a pretty great price for.
What was it last year, Peter, for the natural like you sell?
We were at like $4.59 or something. So
60
I'm
cents
actually
a
going to.
pound. You get an 18-pound turkey. That's
And a lot, you go to some of these farms that sell pretty much the same thing, fresh, turkeys there. You're paying upwards of $6 or $7 a pound.
I saw $5.49 on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're like I said, we're encouraging people to get orders in advance.
And how would they go about doing that, Peter?
You call a lot of people. You can do it online, haverhillbeef.com. You can also call us at 978-374-4795. A lot of people, is that Perry Coughlin put that 35-pound turkey in a smoker. I hear you, Perry.
Well, he's from Texas, and then
He's-
they put everything. in the smoker.
Everything's big out there.
Yeah. But,
You know what he represents, Peter? He represents Nolan Ryan beef. Nolan Ryan was a pitcher. I know you're a little bit younger than.
I
but
know who Nolan Ryan is.
All right, I'm just
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm not that much younger.
But
All
Nolan represents. Perry represents Nolan Ryan beef, and he sells all over the country, and they're trying to expand their territory. And very, very good, very good.
Does he does he carry Wagyu?
Yes, he does. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, because basically the biggest Wagyu farm is in East Texas.
Exactly, and that's where he is.
Yeah, so I buy that product.
Do
3
you?
or 4 times a year? Yeah, I'll get Wagyu strips, briskets, and ribeyes. That's what a lot of my customers will
Oh,
buy.
you and Perry should get together, because I'll tell you, he sent me some ribeyes. Yeah, Mikey, unbelievable. I looked at him, Peter, and I said to myself, first of all, and I said this last week.
Yeah.
I thought they were prime. I mean, the marbling and the grain.
Yeah,
Just unbelievable.
yeah.
I like him a little bit thicker. I like him the way you cut him, because
I know you.
I tell you the way I want them. And
You're right around just under 2 inches for you, Mike. It's a nice fat steak.
I like a nice 1.5 inches. If I'm going to sit down and eat, I like to eat.
Go big, right?
There's nothing better. There's
There's
better.
never been a meal that you didn't like, right,
Yeah,
Mike?
right.
Yeah, that's for
I
sure.
mean, come on.
That's for sure. Peter, things are good. You sell the seasonings. You sell the whole 9 yards at Haverhill Beef. Fantastic wine selection.
Yep.
I mean, you got the whole
sell
lot.
beer, wine. We've tried to make the store one-stop shopping. A lot of people are getting produce here now. Anything from, we have all the ingredients to make a salad and asparagus and broccoli, and we do prep some prepared stuff that people can grab. It's really a one-stop shop now.
Peter, do you make your own homemade stuffing in-house for turkey?
We do. I do less and less of it each year.
All right.
Because it's just I just find that stuffing is not something a lot of people buy. A lot of people, when it comes to Thanksgiving, they're making their own stuffing.
Okay. No,
And they're buying, I carry Fantini breads, which I have delivered twice a week. So, I'll buy I'll buy a bunch of whole untouched loaves for Thanksgiving this year.
oh, I see.
And it's
You
a good,
know.
easy stop downtown. Is parking right behind the store. It's just get in, get out, and like you said, get your meal for the night right in one stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are doing now. And it's nice because we get that rush from 4:30 to 6 because we're open till 6 o'clock. And we get busy that last hour and a half of the day. A lot of people working downtown.
Prepared chicken breasts, really great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Beef, you don't get many orders for beef at Thanksgiving, do
we
you?
do.
Do you?
Oh, we do.
What do you?
Michael,
What do you have?
We're traditional. Turkey.
Turkey. Do you have a sugu first?
Of course we do. Yeah, because
you are traditional.
yeah,
And taught you well.
very traditional.
Yeah, and we can sell a lot of hams too. A lot of people are still getting a turkey and a ham at Thanksgiving.
Huh.
But there are so many people, and I happen to be one of them. I'm not a big turkey guy, so I bring home a tenderloin. I bring home a prime rib, and we do turkey and tenderloin or turkey and prime rib. And a lot of other people think like that too. They're like, we're not doing turkey this year. We're going to do a beef roast. So,
You know something, the tenderloin you can't go wrong with, because a lot of people don't like the fat.
Right.
And it's not my favorite cut because I don't care so much. It's tender. I mean, even if you didn't have teeth, you can eat it. I mean,
and
it's
they,
so
and
tender.
they cook a lot quicker.
Oh yeah. I
than
mean,
prime rib.
people come to the house and you let them in and you start serving the hors d'oeuvres or whatever you got going on, and appetizers and charcuterie board, and you got that roast cooking downstairs, and after you sear it at 500 and for 20 minutes, you drop the temperature down, and within an hour, if you have a 7-pound roast,
That's right.
perfect.
Beautiful.
About 55 minutes. Yep.
That's it. Peter, again, I'm sorry to hear your dad is a little bit under the weather.
Yeah.
He's
hanging in there though.
Okay. Hey,
And one other thing that we've Monica and I are getting into a new venture starting the beginning of the new year.
you have some spare time, do you?
Well, we do. We're going to make it. But we're in the, and I'll keep you more updated when everything becomes finalized. But we are getting into the restaurant business a little bit.
I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'm excited for you. I really am.
So maybe the next.
You've talked about this for a while.
Yeah, next couple of weeks when everything is really final, I'll give a call in and I'll let you know that it's a deal, a done deal.
All right, Peter. Thank you
Exciting
very
news.
much for joining us here on the Sicilian Corner.
Thanks for having me, and Mike, good to see you.
Thank you, Peter. Same here.
I'll
All
see
right.
you. Take care.
All right.
Louis, why don't you take us out the break? Let's hear from our sponsors, and I want you to take some notes. All right, you got to support our sponsors. All right.
Absolutely. I always do, and I'm looking forward to listening to the sponsors.
Gandhi,
Yeah.
let's go.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carbone's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
and Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender Lazy Man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Hope to see you soon. Have you ever been there?
Grazie.
Have you ever?
I haven't, but that is on my list. Believe me.
Four Oaks Country Club.
Believe me, that's on my list.
You were really paying attention to the ad. That ad came out nice, didn't it? Huh?
That ad came out beautiful.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you might see one of our ads on this station soon.
Nice.
No.
How does that sound? Hey, everybody needs a little insurance and real estate, right?
That's true.
Sure.
That's true. Hey, everybody. Someone that I've got to know pretty well, someone who I have a great deal of respect for, and he's half Italian. That's the reason he's here. All right.
Other than that,
forget about it. Forget about it. You just got back to Italy.
I did. The first stop right here, Michael, on your show.
You know something? How was your trip? First time?
First time. Absolutely fantastic.
Wow. I bet you're going back soon.
We're gonna talk about that, and this is where I'm gonna need a little guidance from you, being one of the experts. But first of all, Mike, I want to thank you for having me on, and I want to congratulate you, by the way, on I know your involvement with the Feast of the Three Saints, and this being
I've actually taken a big step back.
Well, no, I'm talking about how many years and but what a success story, and this being the 100th year.
Thank you.
Is just wonderful, and you and I have had some fun in the past strategizing on some of the entertainment.
We have.
Right? You've had incredible. I mean, when you think about those Friday night concerts that you put together,
you have no idea how
10,000 people on the Common.
How much work?
Oh, Michael, but what a great success story for Lawrence.
Without the city of Lawrence's support, it would have never happened.
Yeah.
And you know something, when you can put the city in a bright light and act as a destination point, I think that speaks volumes.
Right.
And, you had 8 years as mayor, and you know something, your footprint is all over the city. And I'm sure as you drive around, you say, I had something to do with that. That must be a nice feeling.
I imagine.
And your brother, Kevin,
Right.
Kevin served before you, correct?
He was from 1986 to 1994. He was 25 years old when he took office back then.
Was he really?
He was the first mayor under the new charter.
Okay.
They
When
had
you
the
went from the
alderman.
alderman.
They had alderman. So he was the first mayor that was elected with the city council, 4-year terms and term limits. So he did almost 8 years, and he went on to work for Governor Weld and Salucci and Swift.
Your brother
done
is a
well for himself.
natural born politician.
He's done well, and he still is. Believe
He
me.
still is. I know he is. I know the sweet gig he's got.
Oh, he's
And
doing great.
I think that, and you too, Mike. I really thought once the city, your term was up, I thought for sure you were going to try and stay in politics and, go into, to be a representative, and from there a stepping stone, because you've got the gift. And one thing about you, you don't BS anybody, and I love that.
Thank you, Mike.
I think being a politician, man, I don't know about you, Lou, but I don't think I'd have the stomach for it,
Yeah, no.
to be honest with you.
No.
Because there's a lot of infighting that goes on that people don't know about, right?
Yeah.
And something, I'm very proud to say that I grew up in the city of Lawrence. That's
Right.
one thing people say, well, where are you from? I don't say New Hampshire. I've lived there for 40 years.
There you go.
I say
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
And, I was a South Lawrence kid, and I was very proud of it. I was very proud of our football team. You went to Central Catholic,
Well,
right?
Mike, I wanted to
Central
ask
Cap,
you about
yeah.
that. Talk about Lawrence in general, because from the outside, and I lived in Lawrence for a few months, but that was about it. But I've worked in the media market in Lawrence forever. And the thing about Lawrence that's unique is that even though there's been so much changeover in the city in terms of demographics and things like that, there's still this thread. Mike's still Laurentian. And there's this line that runs back, this lineage that runs back. There's a pride in the city of Lawrence that's kind of unique in the Merrimack Valley.
Lou, 100%. And yeah, thank you for that. And I wanted to just jump in on what Michael was talking about too, as far as the pride and things that I think what has changed quite a bit now is the way we get the word out. In the old days, and I'm going back 20 years, and Lou, you sat here and with guys like Bruce Arnold and Ronnie Ford, and where you'd come in and you'd have a 12 to 2 talk show. People would be calling in. You'd have meetings set up outside after. It was very personal communication, which I really enjoyed that. And I thought,
You're a people person. That's why.
well, today everybody's texting and emailing, and you never really get to see or hear the passion or whatever. So Lawrence is, I think, a city, and I'm going to tell you a quick story about what happened last week in Italy. How Lawrence's name is all over the world.
Really?
I just came back from an 11-day tour in Italy. The second day, and there were 47 of us on the tour. Right Way Travel put it together. They did a
Joe Toscano, yeah.
phenomenal recommendation and phenomenal job. And the second day, as people were kind of getting to know each other that are on the tour, having a drink, getting ready for dinner, I was talking to a couple from San Francisco, and I mentioned where I was from, and the guy is, and I'll tell you his name. He says, my grandparents and my father grew up in Lawrence.
Mhm.
His name is Chris Parmigiano. And he said, do you know any of the Parmigianos? Now, I went to school with Tony, and dear friends. And he was, again, this guy was born and raised in San Francisco, but he would visit the city, visiting relatives, his grandparents, and he was mentioning some streets, and it's like the old days. But he always remembered how his parents and his grandparents always said they had such a great childhood because of the streets they lived in.
Yeah.
They never knew
The
how poor they
neighborhoods,
were,
right? Yeah.
and money didn't matter. Right,
You're
Mike? And you
100%
know
right.
that.
Yeah.
I talked to a lot of us old timers when I'm in the category now. We had a great upbringing. But going forward, Lou, to your point, Lawrence always had a bad image. And I always said it was a bad image to people that didn't live or were around here.
Right.
It was a lot of image based on chatter with auto theft or the arson problem back in the 90s and the crime problems. And I thought what I tried to do in office was to have a little bit of connection where it would be a positive all the time. I want to attract people. Come take a look at Lawrence. The feast did that. When you could put 10,000 people
more
on the Common on a Friday night for a free concert.
Well, that tapped into that Irish, and for you and I, Mike, Irish and Italian heritage there. It runs so deep in the city of Lawrence. Everyone's got ties. It all comes back to Lawrence in many ways.
Lou.
Yeah.
Everyone has ties, and it's a great city. And again, we were blessed to have, I was blessed to be raised by an incredible, strong Italian mom who passed away at the age of 98 just last year.
I know.
And she was when her mother came over from Italy. I think it was the first feast my mother went to was when she was 8 years old in 19 and every year, probably 75, 80 years, she would bring her mother, who was blind at the time. That's the history. And they always talk proud of the city, and I was proud to serve, but it was all about the people, the connections you meet, and you realize that the roots are deep here, Lou. And
there was a thing called pride, Mike. And you were proud to say. I mean, I can remember I was going steady with Barbara, and I gave her my high school sweater with my letter. And she was very proud to wear it. No matter where we went, she wore that sweater. It could be 70 degrees, and she'd be wearing the
of course.
We'd be at Salisbury Beach, and she'd have the sweater on. You went to Central.
Right.
What year did it?
It was the class of 1974, by the way, which is they called it the golden anniversary next year. When I got the letter a few months ago and it said, congratulations, this is your 50th year anniversary for the class of 2024. So we're putting together some nice events. And our president of our class was our good friend, Mr. Gino Baroni.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Gino was the president
He's
of the class.
done very well for himself. What a nice
good
man.
To see a lot of these
I like
guys
him.
doing
We
well.
just had our 60th Lawrence High School reunion. We had it over at the Doubletree.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a good crowd. I mean, Jesus, we were 66.
Yeah.
For the 60th. That's
pretty good, Mike.
That's pretty good. I went to Central. I got thrown out in 1960. Unfortunately. And I wish I would have been able to stay there and graduate from it. But, I went to Lawrence. And
great football, Mike. You played for some great teams.
We went undefeated in 61.
You did.
As a matter of fact, a lot of the guys that I played ball with, we get together every 3 months and we go for breakfast.
Right.
And we try different restaurants throughout the area. And the war stories get better. As time goes on, the war stories get even more. I remember when,
I could have been good, right?
Today you say to a kid that's playing high school ball, and you say, Lawrence High Stadium, the Memorial Stadium, we'd have 10,000 people on a Sunday. They'd look at you like you're cross-eyed, because
you better believe it.
I
remember the Lawrence Lowell Thanksgiving game.
We had 23,000 in 1961. We played for the championship.
Yeah,
they had 23,000 people.
That's amazing.
23,000.
Wow. Yeah.
The Patriots played the Saturday before at Nicholson Field.
Oh yeah, well, that's another story.
They had 11,000 people.
Yeah.
We're high school.
Yeah.
I
know.
I mean, it was crazy. It was insane.
Yeah.
But again, pride.
Sure.
Pride.
Right.
And that's important. Was there any projects that you really wanted to get done during your administration you weren't be able to fulfill?
The only, obviously quite a bit, but, just quickly, getting back to the reason I got in was the stadium, because I was coaching my kids' Pop Warner teams, and that stadium, which was the old stadium, Michael, that we played on, that hadn't had a dollar spent into it probably in 20 years. I remember we were playing Acton Boxborough, now this is Pop Warner kids. These kids are,
Yeah.
13 years old. And I'm overhearing the Acton coaches talking about what a dump this place is. There's no running water.
Yeah.
There was police tape a third of the way up the bleachers, mud all over the field. And I'm listening, I'm thinking, these people are right. If I'm coming in from out of town, and this is my impression of Lawrence, I'm driving right back home after the game. I'm not coming in. So that always stayed with me. And when I got involved with the city council and then in office, I realized that I want to make that the priority of
the image,
renovating that stadium.
Well, it feeds into all the things you're talking about on the misinformation about Lawrence. So
Yeah.
It feeds into it.
It did, Lou. And then we were able to do the high school. But speeding up the tape, a couple of things that came into play. I thought the private sector started spending money coming, and Sal being one of them, the big one.
Way back
buying these old mills and renovating them and getting construction going.
Look at the population, the way it's gone up. I mean, for a while,
One of the things that I think could be high on somebody's agenda would be getting the Essex Street downtown activated. Haverhill Beef. We just talked to Peter about Haverhill downtown is a booming place at night because I go down there quite a bit. I see it. I think with now the amount of foot traffic that's happening in Lawrence Monday through Friday during the day, how do you attract them to continue downtown?
Good point. Instead of, I mean, after 6 o'clock, all you see is bars now.
Yeah, it's pretty much gone.
It's
You need a structure, but that would be a nice agenda item.
Listen, we're going to take a break.
Yep.
I know you're never lost for words, so I'm dying to come back.
Yeah, go ahead. And I got a little gift for you too, Michael. That maybe
Just a little?
Well, it's
just a little gift.
It's a gift that keeps on giving every time you play it.
Oh,
how about
Louis,
that?
Take us to break, brother.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's Seaside Italian Kitchen and Pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carbone's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com. Or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender Lazy Man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Hey, Mikey, we're back, pal.
We're back. Wow.
Mike Sullivan, former mayor of the city of Lawrence for 8 years. And like I said, your footprint is still all over the city and some of the projects that we talked about, the stadium and, something that's got to make you feel good inside. But I know our listeners want your opinion of your trip to Italy. You just got back. I mean, you've been back less than 48 hours, right?
Listen, I was supposed to be there for 4 more days, but when I knew that I was on this agenda, I was show in the Merrimack Valley and the state. I had to come back for this, Mike.
Mikey,
Think about that. What a world, huh?
I think
What
you're
a world.
hogging me, Duke.
And I
really
even
do.
brought something to show you proof. But
what do you got there? What do you got there?
We stopped. It was an 11-day trip. Right Way Travel put it together. We did a few days in Rome, outstanding. A few days at the Amalfi Coast.
Going
We
towards
did some
Sorrento.
Incredible seeing
Limoncello
You can't
City.
explain it.
Me
You
and the
can't
lemons.
explain
Oh.
the lemons.
I asked you about driving. Now you were in a bus.
Yes.
You went up and down Amalfi twice, Amalfi Drive, right? Tell people what kind of an experience that is.
Well, I thought somebody was playing a joke on me when I'm in the bus, thinking you're looking over,
hanging over a cliff.
and you're on a road. I mean, I can't. It's tough to explain, but the road might be 20 feet wide, Mike, right? And it's a two-way. You'll get it, and you're in buses, and the other bus is coming this way, and people are tooting and backing up, and it's like, what?
It's nutty. I've
This
never
is
seen it.
insane.
But Lucille used to say to me, "Oh, Mike, look at this! You got to look at this." I got my hands frozen to the wheel. I could look, so I couldn't look anywhere.
I realized the most talented employees in Italy are the Amalfi bus drivers. I don't know what they get paid for a living, but yeah, they have a talent, boy. They have a talent.
They deserve it.
Then we went down to Florence for a few days, ended in Venice.
The history, huh?
The history. But when I'm in Florence now, we had a big Italian dinner. They reserved the back of a big suite for us. They had all sorts of wine on the table, limoncello. They started with the first of 7 courses.
Wow.
Just incredible. And that was enough for me until the music started. And this one fella came out. He had a guitar going, and another big fella came out, and he just started belting out the songs. And people were crying. It was so.
Oh, it can move
so
you.
great.
It can move
but
you.
then I said, you know what? I love this band so much. There's only one person that I'm going to buy a CD, and it's all in Italian. And Robert Ferraro and Barbara Nizzi and Rocco Giorgio. Probably not saying that correctly, Michael, but you have 20 songs on this CD, and they're just incredible. And I wanted to personally give this to you right from Tuscany to Methuen, Mass. And that's a little gift for being such a great host.
Maybe next year we can have them at the feast.
I tell you, yeah, absolutely.
That's a good thing.
But it was just so much, so emotional for me to be part Italian, to be in Italy, the feeling of where my ancestors grew up.
Good for you.
And it was a great trip.
I'm proud of you, Grasshopper.
All around.
Hey, listen, Venice. You mentioned Venice. Is that where you flew out of?
We flew from Venice to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. That's the cheapest way to get home. Okay.
Yesterday morning, and then Amsterdam to Logan direct. So
your opinion of Venice?
Again, it was just incredible.
Did you consider it dirty?
So what they said was during the COVID time, when basically things shut down for a couple of years, it actually cleaned up a lot of the water.
Yeah,
is what they was telling us.
Yeah.
So the gondola ride, there was you didn't get any sense that there was any dirty water, etc.
Okay.
But they made a point to say that, Mike.
Yeah.
During the COVID, it actually helped them. But I was just so impressed and amazed with the fact that you have structures that have been built, hundreds and thousands of years ago that are still operational.
That don't have first floors anymore. The ocean's rising. I mean, they're underwater.
But it's an experience to see, and everybody was great. The activity, the entertainment was great. So it was really good.
Excellent. Hey, I want to ask you. I heard a rumor that you're a justice of the peace.
That is no longer a rumor. That I confirmed. I'm hoping it was confirmed because I have done a few weddings. So I want those people to now that just heard you thinking maybe their marriage wasn't solidified, that I am a justice of the peace. And there's a long story behind that, but
we'll have to save that for
a lot of fun.
Another trip in.
Doing some personal family weddings and stuff.
Let's talk about the Chamber of Commerce.
We should do a Justice Mikey segment.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll blend a few things in, Lou. Right?
Yeah. So the Merrimack Valley Chamber. What is the purpose of that? The
Merrimack Valley Chamber is we've been my family.
Because you own a
company,
business, and
well,
your business is TA
sure.
Sullivan Insurance.
and we've been
and
in the
real estate.
chamber for about 37, 38 years.
Joe Bevelak was done a wonderful job.
Joe is, but the key is, I always tell the young company owners that are coming in, don't just join it. You got to be active in it. It's like anything else, Mike.
Just like
You
the
gotta-
society.
You got to go to the mixers and meet people and let them know what you're doing. And I've been honored to serve as the chairperson this past year and a half.
That's quite an honor.
And we have a great board, great businesses that are in the chamber. It's very active. It's exciting.
So businesses pay dues. Is that it?
Businesses pay dues based on there's a couple of factors, mainly their employees.
Okay.
So the annual dues they're not set. They're based on the size of the company. But we have, I think it's about 1,700 companies now that are part of this local chamber.
You're going to
And
Southern New Hampshire.
We're
though,
in
don't
Southern New Hampshire. We're in anybody that basically wants to join the chamber because of the activity. We'll meet with them and get them involved. So
you? November 3rd or 4th, you're doing not a fundraiser, but you're honoring veterans.
yes,
Could you tell our listening audience about that?
it's the Veterans Breakfast that the chamber's been doing for the last 20-something years. And we'll honor a couple of local veterans, and it'll be a breakfast. It'll be sold out. It always is.
Where is that,
and
Mike?
it's just a great way. I think this one's at Salvatore's.
Okay.
But if anybody can go on the mvcc.com website and you'll get the info. These events sell out really, really fast.
You got
And,
Brigadier General John Driscoll going to be speaker. What
yes.
a great, he's outstanding. He
Right,
really is.
right.
Yeah.
It's a very emotional breakfast in the past because there's some great stories. And the stories, I mean, unfortunately, you turn the news on every day and there's something going on all over the world.
It's crazy, man.
And so we thank our veterans. And this is one way that the chamber shares appreciation.
I
with
just
the
want you
veterans.
to, Roger Trudell, Mikey, he's referring to me. You're too good natured to be a politician.
Well,
he's probably right.
He is right, of course. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Because you'd set the record straight, Mikey. You wouldn't take any grief from anybody, right?
I can't, that drives me
I don't
crazy.
know how you'd handle today's world with people videotaping you and texting and Facebook
What are you
and
saying? I'm
Instagram and all
hot-tempered?
that
Are you
stuff.
saying
you and I have worked too close.
yeah,
not
I
to
know.
each other,
And
right?
I'll never forget that,
That's
Mikey,
great.
because in Ray DeFury and I, you did what you thought was best for the city of Lawrence, and you were right.
Yeah.
You used the feast as a lure, and we had people from Boston. We had people from all over New England coming to the hotels. Were all full in the area. I mean, you need more of that. You
That's
need
it.
draw. You
Yeah.
need to give people a reason to come to the city.
Everyone left there feeling good. They had a good impression of Lawrence.
We've never had a problem at the feast.
Never
We
had a
never had
problem.
an arrest.
Yeah.
And you said about a stigma being attached to the city. I was doing a couple of shows over at the Lawrence High School Performing Arts Center, and we rented it out, and it was a fundraiser for the St. Delphia Society. And I know a lot of people, so I'd reach out to them, buy tickets, and I had this one guy say to me, who was a dear friend, "I'm not bringing my Mercedes to the city of Lawrence."
Right. There you go.
That's
Sure.
the mindset.
Yeah.
That's the
Sure.
mindset.
Sure.
But this year, looking at all the families, I mean, just having a freaking ball.
Right.
It was really special.
Right.
It really was.
And just a quick shout out to Ray DeFiore and his family.
He
who's been
deserves
dear friends of ours
Yeah.
for 40 plus years, way back when my brother Kevin was in office, and
He worked
just
for
the
city.
help and support that he gave us, and you, Mike, and we draw info and strength from you guys because you guys have been through it, and it's always been a good team and a good partnership. So
Listen, we have John Ross just to say hi. Hi, John. Thank you for joining us. Andy Parisi. Of course, we have our natural, our every show person, Roger Trudell. You talk about a guy that can grow tomatoes. I got to get you on this tomato list.
Love it.
Oh, him and Peter. I mean, Jesus, we're blessed. We get a lot of. The show has a lot of perks.
That's right.
You know,
right.
It really does. I want to thank you once again, Mike. A pleasure seeing you.
Thank you, Mikey.
Please
Really,
say hi to your
Thank
brother
you.
Kevin for me.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you for my. I'm going to enjoy this. You
It's
know,
all
that.
yours.
And Tuscany is a very, 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 very special place.
Right.
Absolutely gorgeous. The vineyards, superb.
Incredible.
Louis, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Hey,
Good to
have
see Mike
a
again.
wonderful.
Thank you, man.
Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everybody. And I hope next Friday you can join us. We're doing our international show. And you know something? Estevada's going to be on with us. We're going to do our show from Sicily, and we hope you can join us. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.